Alright, number 171A, the Pennsylvania Railroad Machinery Examination for Locomotive Fireman, 1949. The Pennsylvania Railroad Machinery Examination for Locomotive Firemen issued in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, June 4th, 1949. General notice: the examination contained herein have been compiled with the very establishing uniform method of examining and rating of locomotive firemen. Locomotive firemen will be required to pass examination containing not less than a minimum rating of the questions herein set forth. H.L. Nanacrow, General Manager, East Region. W.W. Patchell, Central Region. J.P. Newell, General Manager, Western Region. Approved by H.D. Cover, Chief of Motive Power. General description: firemen who have first employed those now serviceable will furnish with a copy of the authorized machinery examination. They must visit the motive power instruction room of the car where such facilities are provided, but to receive the instruction where such facilities are not provided, they will receive their let's go to 200. They must visit the motive power instruction room or car where such facilities are provided, but to receive the instruction where such facilities are not provided, they will receive their instruction from assistant roadman, foreman of the engines, or some other persons that may be assigned to do such duties. Firemen must continue to study for the subjects outlined with the examination book to become well informed for the mechanical appliances. 2. The examinations are on the progressive plan. The entire subject is divided into 4 parts: the first part, second part, third part, and fourth part, or promotion examinations. If the fireman is to be promoted for the engine man by the time that he received the third progressive examination, he will be required to take the fourth and promotion examination. Otherwise, he will not be required to take the promotion examination until notified by the road foreman of engines to prepare for promotion. 3. Firemen will receive the first progressive examination at the end of the 12 months, extended to the cover of 365 days per actual service. The second examination at the end of an additional 12 months, extending to cover the 365-day period of actual service. The third examination after succeeding period of 12 months, extending to cover 365 days per actual service. And furloughed and extension of time will be given, extending these extent for the 365 days. 90-day continuous service must be have proceeding with the several examinations. The method of progressive examination shall become effective within 3 months after the date of this book is issued. Each fireman that is in service will receive the progressive examination corresponding to his year of service with the fireman, if they so desire to take the proper progressive examination in less than 3 months above stipulated. 5. No further machinery examinations will be required for the promotion of the position of the engineer unless promotion is deferred for 1 calendar year after the passing of the third progressive examination, in which the event with the fireman will require to pass the fourth machinery examination for promotion. 6. Engineers denoted to the position of firemen who have not been used for the engineers for a period of 2 years will be required to pass the final and fourth machinery examination and before permanently resuming duty of the engineers. 7. The required rating for the examination will be as follows: first progressive examination 80%, second progressive examination 80%, third progressive examination 80%, fourth examination 85%. 8. Fireman failing to obtain the required rating will be promptly notified in the writing, furnished with a copy of the rating with a showing number of the questions which they failed. Firemen failing to pass the first examination of any of the several progressive examinations will be allowed 30 days to which to prepare for the re-examination. Failing to pass the re-examination will be allowed an additional 30 days further to prepare themselves for the second re-examination. Firemen failure to obtain the required rating after the second re-examination of several progressive examinations will be not permitted to resume duty until they pass. This opportunity is not extended beyond 9 months and will cancel if the employee takes employment elsewhere. Reasonable transportation will be given to the employee to visit the instruction room. Failure to pass the promotion examination will be handled in accordance with the promotion rule. 10. Examiners may require answers to other questions that they are enumerated on the printed list for the order to determine if the man thoroughly understands the entire subject on which he is being examined. The examiner is privileged to take the fireman of the locomotive and have demonstrated that he has fully understand the questions and answer. The fireman has the same privilege if he desires to avail himself of it. Part 11. When introducing new equipment for the requires, the engineers and firemen will be instructed on the same examinations considered necessary. All examination will be oral and promotion examinations will be individual. Method of rating. In order to be accurately recorded, may be obtained by the showing of the employee's general knowledge of the locomotive, the master from form of knowing the questions. Their values is at the rear of the book. When the employee is being examined, the examiner will place an X mark on the number of all the questions on which the employee fails, which will represent the total failure of the particular question. While a partial failure will be represented by one line drawn crossing the square through the square for the diagonal opposite corner in which the number is enclosed. Through the value of each question is shown at the corner of the square in which the number is enclosed. Each of the block is the total rating with 100%. In the case of the failure to answer the sufficient number of the question in any one of the block obtaining the required rating, the re-examination will be required of the entire block in which the question appears. After the examination has been completed, the average rating of the examination will be obtained by adding the top of the rating of each of the blocks, dividing by the number of the blocks on which the employee examination examined. The average rating, however, will not be considered in passing marks unless the specified minimum rating has been attained on each of the several blocks. 5. Employees will not be examined on blocks of questions covering the equipment that is not operated on his division. 6. After completing the examination will make up the result of the examination from the master form MP335 appended to the rear of the book. Notify the employee of the result and have him sign the form CT-1515 or former CT-1515 has been received by the officer designated by the superintendent. The information contained therein shall be transferred for the form CT-170 for each of the employee with a permanently record. The CT-1515 will return to the employee as his records after being recorded. Our instruction to locomotive engineering, locomotive engine instruction for locomotive fireman, Part 1, General.